has arrived here in New York City. Today we're going to go for a very long walk through Manhattan, wandering around, no particular direction, no particular agenda. But this broadcast is dedicated to a very special urbanist who's been tuning in ever since I even started Urbanist, before I started Urbanist. This is dedicated to Kay. Kay has been watching for more than 5 years, has been a dedicated super urbanist for all that time. Today is her birthday. So everyone give a huge round of happy birthdays to Kay, who tunes in from Ireland and loves New York City. I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist, and let's walk around Manhattan. And any direction you would like, let me know. So we're starting right now at 52nd Street and Lexington Avenue. So everyone, as we're walking around, give a huge, huge round of hearts for Kay, for it's her birthday today on this wonderful, wonderful Thursday. I like how all that rhymes. Hello, Phil. I just wish you love and happiness to Kay. I'm so glad. Hello, Panajotis, Action Kid. Welcome. Hello, Ronald. Do I know Greenacre Park? Yeah, it's nearby. If you could remind me of the intersection, Ronald, then I'll pay a visit. Remind me of the intersection. I think we're only 2 or 3 blocks away. So we're right by the skyscraper that almost fell. 601 Lexington. Right behind this one. Mehmet, nice to see you here. Hello, Linda. Hello, Diana. Wait. Is this live, Harry? Yes, it is. Hello, Alan from Czech Republic. Nice to see you here. Wait. Oh, this one doesn't react. Sometimes there's one that you keep pressing it and it just says wait immediately. Hey, Elsa, double bus, where you at? I'm not on the double bus right now. Kind of miss taking the double bus rides, to be honest. They are wonderful rides here in New York City. I have featured them before, many times. So check out my previous videos. Kay says, thank you, everyone. Oh, okay. Thank you for tuning in. I'm so glad I caught you right while you're here. It almost fell, says Harry. Indeed it did. I'll show you from the backside. So where is Greenacre Park? Let me know the intersection. Ronald, let me know the intersecting avenue. It's on 51st, thank you. What's the intersecting avenue? Here in New York, it's easier to tell to anyone who's trying to navigate. Maybe a Uber driver, a taxi driver, a friend that you're meeting up with. It's better to tell them the intersection in Manhattan. Way easier. Action Kid says, congrats on passing 200,000 followers on TikTok. Oh, thank you so much, Action Kid. I appreciate that. Jadwiga, thank you so much for tuning in. Ooh, one of my favorite coffee shops is open again. This place has the best cold brew in the entire history of mankind. Ground Central. I'm not sure what they do, but I'm absolutely in love with them. They're actually my local coffee shop to the area that I go often. And these guys are amazing. Truly, deeply amazing. I'm so glad that they're opened up again. Ground Central. Debbie sent 350 stars. Thank you so much, Debbie. I just had coffee earlier, and this hat is crooked. I gotta get a straight hat. So pardon the crooked hat. I'm not sure why it came out crooked. But I had coffee earlier, so I'm not in the mood for coffee yet. but this is going to be a very long live stream, and I think we're gonna bump into some coffee at some point, so stay tuned. It's on 51st and 3rd Avenue. Thank you so much, Robert. And today I was supposed to do a tour of a beautiful church, and I'm feeling very bad. Honestly, didn't start off the day with the best mood because I overslept and I did not have my alarm set and completely slipped my mind. And unfortunately, I couldn't film inside this beautiful church. So hopefully I did not piss off a member of the clergy. And I'm a bit saddened. And usually, you know, on these days, it just completely slipped my mind. So I thought to myself, you know, I can't make it up to that particular church because there's nothing really I can do aside from profusely apologizing. But I thought to myself, let me pay it forward and do an epic live video for all of you. So this is, in a way, making amends, maybe not to any of you, but kind of amends to the universe. And here I'm making a long live video. So this live video is going to be centered around you guys. So let me know what you would like to see. We're gonna go 51st Street and 3rd Avenue to see that Greenacre Park, which Ronald recommended. The clergy will understand, says Susan. I just felt my heart sinking the moment I woke up and realized, oh my God, it's nearly time. I tried to rush on the Uber and it was way too late. There was way too much traffic. And I felt my heart sink because it was the first collaboration with the clergy. I'm like, ah. Hopefully I'll get a second chance, maybe somewhere else. All right, let's go across 51st Street and 3rd Avenue. So we're only a block away. Excellent shirt and hat today. Love the style, says Action Kid. Thank you so much, Action Kid. Robert says you might need to go confession. That's what I was wondering. Hey, Hungarian names are a bit tough for me. Sazbooks. Thank you so much for tuning in. Do let me know how to pronounce your name. Hey, Rafael, big hug from Brazil. Hey, Gladys, what a beautiful day in New York. It really is. Hello, Vasilios. Nice to see you here. Debbie, again, thank you so much for the stars. Ronald says, I love the planning a bank heist look. Greenacres is the place to be, says Jim. Indeed it is. So if you have any requests in this immediate area, do let me know. First we're going to Greenacres, and then we'll go wherever you guys lead. Hey, Doreen says, beautiful day in New York. No humidity. Yes, no humidity. It's truly one of those gorgeous days in the city. And the great thing is, here in New York City, you don't need porticos. Unlike maybe in Italy or Greece or the Mediterranean. Because our porticos are the shadows of skyscrapers. Carol used to live on 71st Street and Park Avenue. Oh, cool. Hello, Daniel. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Hello, Fila. Welcome. Nice to see you here. I watched your New York City fashion doc. It was amazing. Hope you make more vids like that, says Felix. I am. You know, I'm working on a very interesting our urbanist album that the music is going to be perfect for documentaries. So thank you so much for tuning into that documentary, Felix. I'm gonna highlight this comment. If you haven't watched my fashion documentary, do check it out. It's not normal for me to miss meetings like that. I'm typically pretty punctual and go to places I say I go. But sometimes, you know, when you schedule something many months ahead of time, let me know if this happens to you. Schedule something so many months ahead of time, and it's in your calendar, but yet, you know, just flies over your head. Let me know if that has happened to you. But yes, I made a fashion documentary. I did interview so many amazing people for it, and I do intend on making another documentary in the near future, so stay tuned. I have a third Urbanist album coming out in about a week, about 2 weeks. Stay tuned. Be probably late June, early July, and that music will be perfect for documentary music. But I won't spoil it, and any of the super urbanists who got a preview, please don't spoil it. But you can say what you thought about it without telling any details. Rona says, so it was like a date and she stood you up. No, like I stood them up, which I'm feeling terrible about. Chris says, like dentist appointments. Well, you know, I was actually excited for this. I like a dentist appointment. Hey, Deanne says, happy almost summer. Hey, sending best wishes from Chicago, says VS. Thank you so much, VS. Ariel, send you more info about your accompanying trip. Message me if you want more. Panagiotis has been so helpful sending me awesome pro tips via message. Thank you so much, Panagiotis. I love the fashion documentary. I've rewatched it many times. Patty says, time for penance. This is my penance. I'm making a very long live video for you, the urbanists watching out there. And of course, I wanted to go live anyway to say happy birthday to Kay. But I decided, hey, no. Let's go the extra mile and walk a few more miles. So let's go into Greenacre Park, which is amazing over here. Let's check it out. So this is one of the secret little parks here. And look at this amazing. And look, oh wow, I love this canopy that they have here. It looks like a fancy restaurant, but it isn't. It's a public park. And let me get closer to the water fountain. And this is one of 2 waterfalls in here in New York City, Midtown Manhattan. Ronald says your penance is no avocado toast today. No, don't do that. That's a cruel, overexposed. That is a cruel punishment. In the middle of the city, we have this little. Ronald says your penance is to have a drink and drinking coffee and a donut. That's a better penance. Fresh. Coffee. Oh no, that's cruel. Hey, you from Athens and Thessaloniki. Oh, so glad. Gorgeous. Gladys, Pastley Park is nearby. Yeah, this is more beautiful than Pastley Park. Pastley Park has a similar vibe, but this is more gorgeous. So here we have the seating. I love how this has different types of elevation. I think they changed this park because it was going through big repairs. Sandra is located at 51st Street and 3rd Avenue. 51st Street and 3rd Avenue. And there's a little cafe. Let me show you the cafe. called Greenacre Park. Oh, they have little brochures. Serendipity film locations nearby. Yes, Serendipity 3 is nearby where they filmed Serendipity. Greenacre Park in Midtown Manhattan was opened for the people of New York City by the late Mrs. Jane Mounds, founder of Greenacre Foundation on October 14th, 1971, in the hope that they will find some moments of serenity in the busy world. It's dedicated to her brother Lawrence and to her longtime associate Alliston Boyer. The park is slightly smaller than a tennis court. Whoa, looks huge. 51st and 3rd, yeah, that's right, B. Griffin. And it was built between 1970 and 1971. August Heckscher, oh, interesting, City Parks Commissioner at the time. Is he related to the Heckscher family that settled in Huntington, New York, which we covered before? New York City ends up becoming a small place once you know the history. He said, it's the rarest of pleasures for me to be able to express and thanks to the appreciation of the people of the city of New York, to have the privilege to use this Greenacre. Greenacre is composed of 3 levels. Set into the rear wall is the lowest level and a 25-foot high waterfall, composed of huge sculpted granite blocks and a mass of falling water. The east wall is granite blocks in a gentle relief. Right here. With water trickling down a brook, which we see over here as well. So granite. Beautiful. I love this little brochure, that's awesome. The walls are bleeding. It's on purpose. It's supposed to be a water display. I don't think they're fully on, so I think they're trickled just lightly. Marcella sent 500 stars. Hey everyone, thank you so much for 500 stars. As I mentioned, Facebook this month is doubling the stars I get, permitting I get 37,500 stars, which is about $375. They will actually give double that. They will give 375 as well. So if you enjoyed the show, thank you so much for leaving stars. We're making Facebook pay. Double that is for their promotion. I bet it benefits Facebook a lot more, but if you enjoy the show, I also want to tip. Thank you so much for the stars. And let me know if you want to see anything else around this area. We're going for a very long stream. Today's dedicated to Kay, who's a super urbanist for more than 5 years at this point. Started watching me from day one that I started live streaming on camera, which was a Brooklyn Bridge walk on live video a little bit more than 5 years ago. It was on May 2016, and it was not on Urbanist. It was on a page called Curved back then. Hello, Elise. Hey, when I got the notice on my phone, I was with the stream in spirit for the rest of the day, says B. Griffin. Oh, so cool, B. Griffin. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, anonymous dude. I was pleasantly surprised that you know Portuguese. That's so cool. I like your shirt, says Raina. Hey, Raina. Hope you and Mater are doing well. I like that you watch on Facebook and Mater watches on YouTube. Kay says that for my punishment, I'm still here. Kay, you're making penance. Anonymous dude says it was all Google Translator. Oh, anonymous dude. Oh, that's very clever of you. All right, let me show you the menu, then we'll continue walking around. Hey, how's it going? Just showing the menu. They got smoothies. So there we go. Typical menu you'll find in kind of parks How do Mater says Feliz cumpleaños? Well, Kay's from Ireland. How do we say happy birthday in Gaelic? Do let us know. Or is there an Irish English version of happy birthday? Brian said 100 stars. Thank you so much, Brian. Here's the Pod Hotel. Oh, and there's a beer hall, Clinton Hill, which I think is from Brooklyn originally. It's fascinating. So here we have a beer hall, Clinton Hill. And they have, what is this called? Roller ball? Ice ball? Oh, that's funny. I like your shirt. Thank you so much. Hey, how's everyone today? Says Annette. Annette, I'm doing okay. A little bit bummed I missed the appointment I was really looking forward. It's not normal of me to do that. This is the mission of la República Ecuatorial de las Naciones Unidas. The mission of the Republic of Equatorial Guinea. Oh, Equatorial Guinea speaks Spanish. That's awesome. Equatorial Guinea, their mission. That's cool. Lots of missions and embassies in this area. I like this restaurant, how they have the balcony, but seems to be closed now. Oh, it was a hookah bar. What? A hookah bar in New York City. Those are rare. Usually they're in Queens. Satu gives 1,000 yen. Thank you so much, Satu. I appreciate those 1,000 yen. Thank you so much. Hey, B. Griffin says, I found a place offering Mexican-style hot chocolate in Sunset Park yesterday. And it's around 41st Street and 5th Avenue. You might check it out and compare it to what you found in City of Mexico. I had such a huge bowl of hot chocolate before leaving off on the plane that I'm a little bit traumatized from how intense chocolate is in Mexico City. It's great, but since it was combined with the feeling of food poisoning right afterwards, I feel a little twist in my stomach thinking about hot chocolate. Thank you for the recommendation, B. Griffin. George, you just woke up. Welcome. Sandra, thank you so much for the 50 stars. Kay, thank you so much for letting me know who's giving the stars. Kay says, happy birthday in Irish is Labrith Shona Dust. Shona Dust? I don't know how to read Gaelic too well. Labrith Shona Dust. So I'm reading it very English, so let me try to read it in the Gaelic accent. Labrith Shona Dust. I don't know. I hope I said it somewhat. Okay. Maybe I got it completely wrong. Gaelic is very hard to read if you're an English speaker. Annette, thank you so much for the 50 stars. I appreciate you. Hey, how's it going? You guys smiling at me. George says, happy quinceañera, Ariel. George, it won't be my quinceañera. I'm way above 15 years old. But thank you so much. What street are you walking up and down? I'm wandering around, so I'm trying to follow my direction. You'll get much more lost. But right now, I was at 51st Street. And I'm on 2nd Avenue. So we're kind of zigzagging around. Which way do you guys want to go? Let me know.
Well, I hear it in
Lots of restaurants here on 2nd Ave. Justin says, shout out to Hell's Kitchen. Thank you so much. Welcome. B. Griffin says it's a Midtown meander. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. I'm trying to think of a place I haven't shown you yet in Midtown. Ooh, where's the Philip Johnson house? Okay, could anyone let me know, where is the Philip Johnson house made for the Rockefeller family? It's in this immediate area, but rather than me kind of just wander around and hope to bump into it, do let me know, what's the intersection? It's the Rockefeller townhouse designed by Philip Johnson. You'll find it in Google immediately. So if anyone can let me know, I'll show it to you, because that I haven't shown yet. And it's a really beautiful townhouse, very interesting looking townhouse, of course designed by Philip Johnson, one of the most famous and controversial architects in American history. So let me know. Philip Johnson, the Rockefeller townhouse designed by Philip Johnson. Skies today, indeed. Interesting looking buildings as well. 2nd Avenue and 52nd Street. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna backtrack. 2nd Ave and 52nd Street. All right, let's backtrack. Thank you so much, B. Griffin. Brian says, going to help someone. Oh, Brian, good luck. This place is called the Horny Ram.
You didn't know you was there?
Slightly towards 3rd Avenue. Thank you so much, Peter. All right, 52nd Street. Let's go. Hey Danielle, I'm doing well. How are you? Wendy says, woo, good to see you out. Yeah, happy to be out as well. Out and about. Would you want your grandma walking around Hell's Kitchen during the day, says Debbie. Yeah, Debbie, Hell's Kitchen, despite the scary name, is among the safest places in all of New York City. I feel very comfortable in Hell's Kitchen. Very safe, lots of people walking around of all ages, having great food. So Hell's Kitchen is a wonderful neighborhood. The only place I really would avoid in Manhattan, especially at night, is only a few short blocks. 8th Avenue, between 34th Street and 41st. That is basically the only place I would avoid in Manhattan. And the reason for that is a lot of homeless are hanging out there that tend to be mentally ill and are consuming sometimes hard drugs publicly. And that area could be very uncomfortable and unsafe. Otherwise, Manhattan is very safe, in my opinion. All right, so now we're at 52nd Street. What says, show me an AMC. I'll do my best. I will probably bump into one walking around. Clara says, 8th Avenue between 34th Street and 41st. Yeah. beautiful. Beautiful buildings here as well. Jill says, always a pleasure to see you. Looks like a beautiful day in New York. It really is, Annette. Is this it? Yep. No. 242. Is this one it? Yeah, it is. Here it is. So, designed by Philip Johnson, one of the more famous architects in American history. He designed this townhouse for the Rockefellers. And it's shorter than I would imagine. I thought it would be 3 stories, but it's only 2 stories. It has that classic Philip Johnson look to it. The windows are frosted, so I was expecting, because he's known for glass windows, I was expecting clear glass windows. But maybe that was an addition that whoever owns it made afterwards. Doesn't look too like much, to be honest. It's very minimalist. And Philip Johnson was known for minimalism, especially his glass house that has been shot in many movies like The Arrival, most recently. Carmen says, quick question. My hotel's between 28th, 8th, and 9th. Yeah. That area is called Chelsea. Bordering on Nomad is very safe. Yeah, it's very safe. And there's always people walking around. Christine, thank you so much for 200 stars. So there it is. Philip Johnson. It's easy to miss. It is easy to miss. Can you show me the Freedom Tower? That would be a little bit tough to show from this perspective. We are on the other side of Manhattan. We're about an hour, 2-hour walk away. Wendy didn't get notified. Oh no, Wendy. It happens. YouTube is a bit weird. Gretchen says, I'm booking trips to the Dubai Expo. It would be cool for me to visit there. And Gretchen, you can call me Ariel. Urbanist is the name of the show. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know Dubai had a architectural festival. That's awesome. That is really awesome. Has this show been? Has this house been shown in the movie? I don't think so. It is pleasant. Let's zigzag around here. It's nice. I'm a bit disappointed, to be honest. Yeah, I'm personally a little bit disappointed. I thought the house was going to be a little bit more, I don't know, interesting. But Philip Johnson then again did a lot of like minimalism. So let me know what you think about that townhouse. This one's nice. Look at this one. I like the balconies. Looks pretty tropical. Yeah, it looks like a townhouse that belongs in like Miami. Oh, I mean a condominium. Show me the lipstick building. Yes, I'll do my best. Anyhow, George says, but inside is spectacular. That's usually the case with these famous architects. The outside might not be much to look at, but the inside are beautiful. Just like I visited Luis Barragan's house, and I did manage to visit it. I shot snippets, so I have to make it into a vlog soon, and I'll post photos as well. But it was not much to look at from the outside here in Mexico when I visited Mexico City. But inside, oh my God, that was quite a house. B. Griffin says, what embassy is this? I think Hungarian? Yeah, this is the Hungarian embassy. Joe says, show the mascara building. There's a lipstick building, but I don't think there's a mascara building. So yeah, this is, I think, the Hungarian embassy. I've come here before to see a preview of a musical composed by a Hungarian composer. Catherine thinks the house is kind of bland. Me too. It's a bit bland. It looks a little bit more like a dentist office. Here's one of those hotels crammed into City Street. Chris says, Ariel, your TikTok videos are very cool. I had no idea TikTok works. Yours are extremely professional. Are they monetized? So yes, I am monetized on TikTok, but I don't make nowhere near as much money comparable to the views as I do on YouTube. So in order to really make a good living from TikTok, I'll have to get views in the millions. Hundreds of thousands is not quite enough in terms of money. But I'm nonetheless, I always love pushing the art form of storytelling as much as I can. So I do it more for that. And there's a lot of other opportunities with doing TikTok. Luisa says, my children's adopted grandma was Hungarian. Oh, cool. That's awesome to hear. Wendy says, you will, I'm sure. Oh, thank you so much, Wendy. Yeah. Ooh, yes. You guys want to see the lipstick building? Well, here it is. Here it is. Who designed this? Let me know. Let me know. Oh, hey, how's it going? What's your names?
Masaki.
Masaki?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, thank you so much for saying hi. How long?
I went to your YouTube.
You went to my YouTube?
Always.
Always? How long you been watching? Oh, plenty. Wow. Yeah. Have a great day. Bye. That's awesome. All right. That was an urbanist. Say hi to Misaki. Say hi to Misaki. I think I got it right. Do correct me. But thank you so much, Misaki, for tuning in. I appreciate you. So here is the lipstick building. B. Griffith says, just before the pandemic, I attended a free performance of Iraqi makrams in a Yale performance space. YT did not allow me to upload for copyright reasons. Oh, that is very interesting and very rare to be copyrighted for a dance or performance. My first job out of college was in the lipstick building, says Maisie. Oh, that's so cool. Justin says, fans, so cool. Time to go with public pledges like PBS, says George. Well, indeed, that's what I do. That's why I have Patreon. So thank you to all the super urbanists out there on Patreon, YT members, and FB supporters. There is a Sephora in Times Square. Indeed, there is. Danielle, where is the H&M skyscraper? In Times Square. We're pretty far away. Dream says, looks really amazing. It really is. This is where Madoff worked, says Ronald. Oh. So Ronald is mentioning one of the biggest financial criminals of modern American history, Bernie Madoff, who I think stole billions of dollars or was responsible for the fraud of stealing billions of dollars from people who did not know what they were getting into. So he worked here. Interesting. Renee says, if you count economic demolition as work, indeed, might not be the best word to use, but yes. Manfred from Princeton. Oh, I can't wait. I gotta go to Princeton one day. Stay tuned. Let's get closer to lipstick building. Let's see. Cover the scaffolding so we don't see too much. Are the offices open yet? Offices appear to be opening again because the restrictions were lifted. And today, especially, I noticed a lot more people out eating lunch during work hours. Gretchen says one of Bertie Madoff's victims was Kevin Bacon. Oh my God. That's terrible. Poor Kevin Bacon. He does not deserve that. Give the next guy a high five, Joey. Joey, it's not that type of live stream. You might be better off watching an IRL streamer of another sort. Food and history. Serious live streaming show. Into the history in the past 2 centuries. So stay tuned. It's going to be a full-on lecture. And no high-fivings will be done during it. Hey, Katya, nice to see you here. If you're watching from the side of the Lipstick Building. So again, let me know who designed the Lipstick Building. It was a famous architect. Architect's name. They do, but it's very rare. Cities. Paris had that more. Luisa says, God blessings. Be careful out there. Luisa. Careful. A bit rough. Eating during workout. And when I see yeah, that was bad service. So John Bungie and Philip Johnson both designed the Lipstick Building. So Philip Johnson, the same guy who designed the Rockefeller Townhouse, which I mentioned earlier. And yes, I was mentioning you gotta be careful here because there's a lot of thievery that happens in these parts. I'm not talking about multi-billion-dollar pyramid schemes like Bertie Madoff, which you do have to watch out for. But beyond that, watch out because stay close to your wallet because there might be $22 avocado toasts in this neighborhood. And you do not want to be a victim of a overly expensive brunch. Trust me. It's a very hard thing to go through. Very hard. This brings back bad memories. Again. Let's take a break. Susie says those mean streets, indeed, they're very mean. Maybe the Queen black hole temporarily moved to Manhattan. It says B. Griffin. I've actually walked that area before and have had bad service. So yeah, I think it's because of the subway that passes underneath. Wendy says, funny. Wendy, it's not a joke. Not a joke whatsoever. I have been the victim of overly priced avocado toast before. It has left an emotional trauma in my soul. Robert says, get rid of the mask. Robert, what were you referring to? I'm not wearing one. Well, I mean, we all in essence have a mask. And I'm not talking about physical ones. Because we're all spiritual, disembodied souls inside these meat bags. And hence we all have a mask. Renee says for $10, you deserve to eat it with a knife and fork. Those city bikes are an eyesore. I disagree with you. Let me know why you think so, but I disagree with you. Because it's nice that the city has access to city bikes. I think cars are an eyesore, in my opinion. I want to abolish all cars, except for people who need it for mobility reasons and emergency vehicles. Otherwise, abolish all cars in cities. Danielle, the impressive building is also now visible from here. So for perspective, we are on the east side, Midtown East. And New York City, there's a lot of tall buildings, so not every building is going to be visible from our point of view. Ooh, there's a little park there. Let's check it out. B. Griffith says, cars are a menace to New York City. Indeed they are. Indeed they are. Except for people who need accessibility. Of course, we should have vehicles. I hear Ferrari's looking to sponsor you, so Don says, couldn't have done all that you did last year without your dad's car. Indeed, I am grateful for that. Justin says, I'm for bike lanes and less cars, but I feel like city bikes are an advertising scam. Yeah, good point, Justin. Good point. Beautiful little garden here. Not a park, but a garden for Bristol apartments. Renee says, you're setting up your private chauffeur for a mental breakdown if you make him drive it to Manhattan. She had to take an Uber today because I had to rush to the city. And the guy was telling me I always avoid Manhattan because of the traffic. Huh. Cool, we have Susan right here. Ah, she left. Susan the Sparrow. So there. Hey, Sarah, nice to see you here. Hello, Marta. Hello. Oh, Susan is tuning in on Susan, the human being, is tuning in on Twitch. Thank you so much. This is a mega urbanist. I watched the live recording with Patrick yesterday, says Gabrielle. Oh, I'm so glad. I hope you enjoyed it. Hello, Sally. Nice to see you here. Hey, Wendy. Says, hey, Sarah, I am. Oh, cool. William says, how about taxis are the bane of existing in the city? I think taxis are awesome. You know, you should have called Lambo driver. He could have gotten you there on time, says I don't know. So I think taxis are actually a good thing, especially if they're like somewhat regulated. We don't want to get ripped off like some cities like Mexico City, where it's a little bit too unregulated and people do scams. So I like taxis, and taxis are good, especially if taxis are regulated in a way where we can provide accessibility for the people who need it. And that's why I rally for less cars, because if we had less cars, because cars, 60, 80, 90 cars could fit one train cart. 60, 80 cars can fit one bus. It's kind of insane, the difference in capacity, cars versus public transportation. But of course, there's people who need accessibility. There's people who are using a wheelchair or can't really walk too much into a huge subway or a stuffy bus. So I think that's where taxis can come handy. And New York City has done a good job in having more accessible taxis. So you do see those bigger taxis that are wheelchair accessible, which is very nice. So my thinking behind is, if we make the city more walkable and empty up these streets, the people who travel via accessible taxis or accessible vehicles and emergency vehicles and buses will have a lot less traffic to deal with. And I think everyone will be happy, because think about this, and we're going to see this in Greece. Why do people go to Europe and absolutely fall deeply in love with it? And it ain't the food. You can say it's the food. It ain't really the food. It ain't really the people. People are nice. But it ain't really that. I think that the reason people fall so deeply with European cities is because you can walk anywhere. And the walkability enables you to meet the people, enables you to experience great food, enables you to enjoy a sunny day sitting at the bench drinking a good coffee or a good cup of wine. It's the walkability that enables all those things that we say to ourselves, oh, that's why I love Europe, that's why I love X and X city, or that's why some Americans come over here and that's why I love New York. It's because of the walkability. The walkability adds to a better quality of life. And if you're able to walk around, which 90% of people are in this world, why not make our cities more walkable and start taking out cars and replacing it with better public transportation? And for the people who can't walk around, then less traffic for them so they can get to their destination even quicker. How much does a cab cost? I don't know the exact cost of cabs, but from my experience right now in New York City, cabs are actually getting more competitively priced than Ubers. So it might be cheaper to take a New York City cab than an Uber. Ubers have been boosting prices crazy recently. So we're on First Avenue. Where should we walk from here? Let's go uptown. Let's go towards the Queensboro Bridge. Panajotis says in Greece, cabs are relatively expensive. Yeah, I heard. Thank you so much, Panajotis. Some cities are trying bike crossings. Yeah. I mean, bike is a great way to get around if you're able to. Kay says, I heard that Uber fares have gone up really crazy. They are. So if you're coming to New York City in the very near future, do check the prices. If Uber is charging you $30 for a 10-minute trip, maybe consider taking a New York City yellow taxi instead, and you might save money. Have you noticed a cab shortage? I've both noticed it and I know for sure that there is an actual cab shortage. For example, there was on any given day, I think there was about 30,000 cabs, and now they're about, I think, around 10,000. So we have about a third of the cabs we used to have and licensed Ubers. B. Griffith says, unfortunately, I can't ride a bike to medical issues. Yeah, I do understand that. And that's why we can make cars. See these taxis? Well, not this one. The more squarer ones. We'll see one. They are more accessible. Ubers can start being regulated to be more accessible. Like there can be economic incentives for an Uber driver to have a vehicle that is more accessible. And also we can make buses that are accessible. There could be specific bus services that are specifically for people with mobility issues for whatever reason, or of a certain age where it gets a little bit tougher to get into a more crowded bus. So we can enable that if we had less cars. So I'll point out the cabs that are accessible. Let's see if we see any passing through. Some Ubers are as well. I think they have the option when you go on their app. Gretchen says, I always love taxis. They're so very New York. They are. They are very New York. Roel says, yes, not carrying 25 kilos of rice on a train. Yeah, I mean that's where taxis come in handy. So think about this. One of the main arguments, and again, no politics, everyone on this channel. There's a difference between having a political discussion and having a more economic or intellectual or urban design discussion. They're different. Politics get a little bit more heated. We start talking about specific people. Don't talk about that. But economically, a lot of the arguments against having less cars is that, oh my God, taxis are going to get very expensive. I can't afford a taxi. But if you look at the economics of it, owning a car is way more expensive than public transportation. Way more expensive. Commutatively over time. But beyond that, if you have more demand of taxis in the city and the supply is increased according to that demand, prices will go down. It's not like they're going to go up.
Right, like last minute.
It'll be very foolish of the New York City Taxi Commission or Uber to rise the prices even higher if there's a lot of demand. And that is, I think, why in Europe, in many cities, not all cities, but many cities, the walkable ones, taxis are not more expensive than New York. Italy, the taxis were not more expensive than New York. Paris, they were about the same. London, they are more expensive. But I went to Istanbul, not more expensive. And where else did I go? I went to Budapest. I went a few years ago. It was cheaper than New York. So why is it? You have to ask yourself. Hey, Wendy says, just wanted to say, oh, there it is. So that is an accessible taxi. When you see them very square, pro tip for anyone with mobility issues or has a lot of baggage on them, take those square taxis. Those are the accessible ones. and they're also more roomier. And they'll pick up anyone, but if you're on a wheelchair, they will be able to pick you up. And Veronica says a good point. I love this discussion. So let me know if you're enjoying this. We'll always go back to our normal programming once let's start traveling to Greece. Veronica makes a good point. She says, yes, cars are a little bit more expensive, but they are very convenient. But why are they convenient? I don't mean to pick you out, Veronica. Just it is a normal comment I usually hear. Because that's a good point, and I do understand that point. But you got to think to yourself, why are they more convenient? Let me know. Why is it more convenient in any given American city to have a car? Because is it more convenient to have a car in Rome? Is it more convenient to have a car in Paris? Let me know. Let me know what you think. What time is it in New York? It's about like 1:30. Yeah, B. Griffin says newsflash, not everyone's in the city. Hey, Justin, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have an awesome day. Yeah, well, B. Griffin, we're talking about specifically about cities. Specifically about cities. There's a bunch of places outside cities where a car, regardless of what you do to that area, car will be a little bit more convenient. So yeah, great point. Susie says people want to get up and go at any moment. People say that, yeah, the reason no one really drives in Paris or in Rome, at least it's not like normal to drive, is because it's very hard to do so. Exactly. So a lot of these cities that we love when we travel are very hard to drive in because they're tiny little roads that predate the industry of the car, like many parts of New York. And for that reason, they're walkable and they're more easily accessible via public transportation. So they're built on a human scale. They're built for walking, for getting around via public transportation. And that's why they're hard to drive in. But if you are living in Rome, a typical Roman might say, why would I own a car? That's highly inconvenient. Why am I going to spend so-and-so money on insurance, trying to find parking? It's highly inconvenient for me from the perspective of a Roman to own a car, especially, and also the perspective of many New Yorkers. So to them, it's a lot easier to use public transportation, regardless of your social status. So there's some cities I've been to where I saw people of very high social status, you can tell, they're riding the public transportation as well. It's not bad or terrible if you ride the bus in Europe, but it is here in America. In America, it's a stereotype. If you ride the bus, oh my God, you must be in terrible circumstances, or you must be really poor riding the bus. But why does it have to be that way? It's because the cities in America, Canada, Australia, many other cities that were much more newer in Europe outside of the older cities, they're built for the car. So it's very inconvenient to walk around. But that doesn't mean that the cities are stuck like that, because cities at any moment can be changed. New York City itself was changed. New York City was very inconvenient to take the train back in the 70s and 80s because it was a dangerous, and why are you going to take a dangerous subway through dangerous parts of the city when you can easily take your car and park? And New York City used to be a lot better for parking. So you used to have these huge parking lots all around New York City. And you see these older videos. Check out Nelson Sullivan's vlogs. It's a guy who lived in Chelsea and hung out a lot in East Village back in the 1980s. And there were huge lots for parking that now are condos because they stopped allowing those lots to be parking lots. So it used to be a lot easier. South Street Seaport used to be a huge, massive parking lot right in the middle of it. But they closed it down and made it now into a walkable space. And guess what? A place like South Street Seaport is now heavily trafficked, way more than it ever was before when it was a car-centric area. So that's changed. So here is... Hey, Wendy says, just wanted to say thanks. Thank you so much for a 20 Canadian. Just wanted to say thanks to the Washington Heights video. I finished watching it a few hours ago and loved it. Thank you for taking your time and energy to bring us to that neighborhood. My pleasure, Wendy. Wendy J. We got a lot of Wendy's to meet. Thank you so much. Maliki says that the subway would be more convenient because it would be cheaper and you would not have to pay for parking, right? Michael says, you definitely need to get your life together and find a woman. Michael, just because I'm talking about urban design doesn't mean I'm doing it out of boredom. I love this stuff deeply, and I would love it with any type of company I'm in, maybe family, friends, or significant others. I love this type of stuff. I do videos regardless of any situation. I'll be any situation, I'm doing videos, and I'll be talking about these topics regardless. This is my passion, this is my love. The obelisk, what obelisk are you referring to? So you're referring to this smokestack. This smokestack, I'm not entirely sure what it is for. I'm not entirely sure what it was for, but it was used for industrial reasons, for some sort. I'm not sure if it's associated with the bridge. So maybe we can get a little bit closer. Wendy said, damn, water's multiplying us. It looked like an obelisk from a distance. Yeah, it's not an obelisk. But yeah, I can imagine. Alright. Watch your ankles, Wendy. Yeah, with these tiny little small dogs. Those are the scariest things. Okay, I gotta buy myself some water because I'm very, very parched. Let me know if you want to continue walking around, if you enjoy it. Unlike Michael, who's tuning in. Let me know if you are someone who enjoy these walks and having good chats during it about urban design, about history, food, and architecture. Let me know if you're one of those people, unlike Michael over here. Renee says a water review. Alright, let's go inside. Get a taxi, so shut. No, I rather won't. You guys didn't hear the music? There's a new bug with this app. How safe is the tap water, says David. It is very safe. I haven't heard complaints from anyone. It is very safe. The reason I'm not drinking it is because I do not feel safe drinking from a water fountain, a public one. What's the current mask rule? You don't need to wear a mask outside if you're vaccinated. However, inside I think they're still requiring it. But I'm a bit unclear. I'm wearing it when I go inside. Anastu says, I'm so jealous you're going to Greece. Are you excited? I am. Deeply, deeply excited. And let me drink some water. Ooh, beautiful park. We'll show it to you in a bit. Yeah, New York City tap water is very safe. I recommend it. I just don't drink it because I do not feel safe drinking from a water fountain. And you know why? One very important reason. On many occasions, this is not one occasion, on many occasions, I've seen people with their dogs taking their dogs to a water fountain, the dog hopping on and licking it with their tongue on the water fountain. That's nasty. They should make water fountains for dogs, but these water fountains at least serve it to the dog. Don't let it get on the water fountain. And after seeing that a few times, oh no, never again drinking from a water fountain. You can go, pro tip, you don't want to buy a water bottle and you're walking a lot around the city, go to a Chipotle. In Chipotle, you can refill your water bottle at the soda machine. They probably won't give you a hard time. So I feel safe usually doing that. I don't do it so much because of the pandemic. Some Chipotles have like stopped putting public soda fountains and putting it behind the counter. So that's kind of a tricky thing. How is the water out of 10, says Malaki? It's the same water I had the other time from the Green Label, whose name I should not mention until they sponsor me. It's like Ronaldinho, famous soccer player, had 2 Coca-Cola bottles on the press conference, perfectly placed right in front of him during the press conference. Obviously, someone put that there for a reason. He's not being sponsored by Coca-Cola at the time. And during the press conference, he noticed it. And he was like, and he put it down. I was like, nope, I'm gonna put some water, some unnamed water bottle on top. And Coca-Cola lost about almost 2% in stock prices, which equates to about $4 billion. Because Ronaldinho, famous soccer player, said, oh no, I'm not showing this random Coke bottle for free during the press conference to be associated with me. And now all the other soccer players are doing the same exact thing, which is funny. Pure water or evaporated water is deficient in minerals. That is true, Ocean Breeze. So if you want to have mineral water, this is not it. This green labeled water bottle. You're better off buying an Evian or a Fiji water if you want some minerals in your water. Or like I do, I buy sparkling water and I drink a good Pierre or a San Pellegrino, and that has natural minerals in it. It's money in Nestle's pocket though. Indeed it is. If you ask nicely in a restaurant for tap water, yes, restaurants will give you tap water and it's perfectly safe. And because healthy stuff sell for much more, and junk food is so cheap, says Goddess. Yes, indeed. And someone left a $5 super chat. Just tuning in, so glad to see you, says Greg. Thank you so much for tuning in, Greg. Let's check out this park. Let's check it out. Oh, sorry, Matt. Thank you so much for correcting me. It was not Ronaldinho, it was Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo. Thank you so much, Matt. Yes, it has the magic magnesium. That's right, Kay. Yes, yes. Mineral water. So New York City tap water will not have minerals aside from fluoride. Topo Chico is the best sparkling water. Yeah, it's very bubbly. That's true. Well, a lot of those in Mexico. Hola a todos. Buenas tardes. Oh, buenas. Nancy. Que bien a verte hoy. All right, so here's a tiny little park. Doesn't have a name in the front. Let's check it out. David, I'm not too far away from you. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, David. I'm not too far away from you. That's awesome. Nancy dice, gracias, me hacen feliz. Oh, Nancy says, thank you, you make me happy. Oh, I'm so happy. Que bien, Nancy, que te hago feliz. I'm so glad I can make you happy. So beautiful little park. Wow. I love these parks. Ashley says, I make Topo Chico. I make soda from Topo Chico. Ooh, cool. Cool. You had some custom syrups. Wow. David says, stay in the area and we'll cross paths. So cool that you live in this area, David. How do you enjoy it? Oh, I like this. Grass test, yeah. Nice siren rhythm, yeah. Go to Portugal, not England, says Matt. Gracias, me hacen feliz. Is there a French Quarter in New York City, David? No. Oh, yeah, there is actually. There is, David. Great question. You know, it's not very obvious, but the French Quarter of New York City is located in Cobble Hill, Brooklyn. Yeah, Cobble Hill, Brooklyn. And it runs for a few streets on... What's the name of that street again? Is it Smith? It's not Smith. It's the one afterward. Court Street. Court Street in Cobble Hill, Brooklyn. For a few blocks, there's a lot of French restaurants, and they are French from recently people who have moved here from France, expats. So yeah, check it out. Hey, Troy says, your Spanish is excellent. I'm terrible at it. I'm stuck in 5th grade. Oh no, Troy. Practice makes perfect. Sometimes, well, I notice it's easier to learn languages when you're immersed in them. So if you're immersed in a language, if you go to, like I went to Mexico City, you know, my Spanish isn't perfect. I am fluent, but it is not on a level where I can really have like a deep intellectual conversation like I can in English. However, being in Mexico, it was becoming easier and easier for me to do so. And by the second week, I really started getting the hang of having a very good, thorough conversation in Spanish. I think Court Street intersects with Smith Street, Brooklyn. Is summer your favorite season? Says anonymous dude. It is. It is in New York. It is, and it is in general. I love summer. I go crazy for summer. And people had a few comments of people saying, "Oh, why are you going to to Greece during the middle of summer. You're gonna melt. And I'm like, yes, perfect. I love 90-degree weather. B. Griffin says Johnny Harris has a good channel about language learning. You sure it's Johnny Harris? Or are you not talking about Nathaniel Drew? Johnny Harris talks about maps and politics. Thomas Dew says same, but all the seasons have a charm. They do. I agree. I mean, most of my views come during winter. People love New York City in winter. Wow, look at this old tenement building. We got one of these older apartment buildings, and look at this new skyscraper. What? A new skyscraper in the random little streets in the residential area. It's huge. And look how much building they fit into this small plot of land. Wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. Trey says, have you heard that Massachusetts is the second best state to live in? I don't doubt it. I went to Boston and I fell in love with it. I was very surprised by how much I enjoyed Boston. Wow. This is 430 East 58th Street. Let me know what is the name of the building if anyone wants to investigate. That's crazy. Pat, that's right. It's crazy. It's like they put a little seed in the water and then the skyscraper. If you want French, says David, for a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, $5 super chat. If you want French, go to La Reales Venice. Unless you're vegan or vegetarian, they serve steaks and fries. Only tell them how you want it cooked. It's on 5th and Lex. Thank you, David. David is giving us a local recommendation. He's from the area. That's his local recommendation. La Reales Venice. This is amazing. Wow. I am in love with this building. And the design is so nice. Look at the contrast of this kind of limestone colored exterior with the black rimmed windows. And it's so tall. This right here, excellent example of how you can build tall and be tasteful in the middle of a city and provide more housing. This is an excellent example of how a city can grow appropriately. Because right in front of this beautiful building and this beautiful residential street, of course, hopefully these other tenement buildings are protected. They might be, but we have a gigantic skyscraper with more apartments. I'm not sure. The apartments probably won't be middle class housing, probably be a little bit more high class. But in front we have a beautiful park. That's a really good example of how we can have more housing here in New York City and help the city grow. So imagine if this happens in Brooklyn, which already is in parts of Brooklyn. Imagine if this starts happening in Queens as well, which is in Long Island City. But imagine that happening in other parts. Wendy says, yes, Renaud, he has bought it. New Urbanist HQ. Jimmy, are you allowed to take off your mask? Here in America, we never had any rules where you would be fined or be breaking the law if you didn't wear a mask outside. It's always just been a mandate. So keep that in mind. But beyond that, now the new mandate from federally, from the president, is that you can walk around without a mask if you're vaccinated. Hey, Leanne says, you inspire me to get prescription sunglasses now. I'm so glad. Whoa, beautiful row of houses here. Oh, so now we are in Sutton Place, one of my favorite neighborhoods in Manhattan. Not really a touristy area to visit, but look at this beautiful, beautiful row of houses. Oh my God, so magical. Look at all the beautiful colors. Nicholas says, is Manhattan full? No, it's not. It's full if you want to stay at 5-story buildings, but there's plenty of awesome neighborhoods where they can preserve these beautiful buildings and construct up if they're allowed to build elevators. It will be tough, but harder things have been accomplished in human history, and we can always be ingenious in how we build new buildings. I think it is a very terrible excuse saying, oh, these buildings are old, we can't build elevators. Oh well. Nah, that's lazy. Here's the building from the side. Very square-like building. Very skinny. This must be one of their skinnier skyscrapers in New York. Nicholas says, is New York City getting better or worse? Depends on how you look at it. I feel like it's getting better. Looking into it now, it's called 3 Sutton Place, says Tyler. Oh, thank you, Tyler. Wow, look at that. Another beautiful apartment building there. Probably built in the 30s, 20s or 30s. Really, I won't get into that topic, so my heart goes out to you. I know it's a tough position to be in, but yeah, I request that you do not mention that topic here on this channel. Tyler says the 62-story building will contain only 121 residential units. Okay. The building is beautiful, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. But that is quite a terrible statistic. This huge 62-story building only has 121 units. Like, more power to New Yorkers who want space. But I don't know, I can't help that as a bit extreme. Let me know what you think. I don't know what would be a normal, like what would be a middle class skyscraper of 60 stories. How many apartments would it have for like middle class housing? Like 2 or 3 bedrooms. How much would it be? How many apartments? Well, 121 seems rather low. That's very low. It seems like it's only 2 apartments per floor. Wow. Such a huge building. Little apartments. Basically little mini mansions. They don't build those for middle class. They should, in my opinion, but yes, currently that is not the case. Well, it is the case, but more like in Long Island City. Troy, says I love skyscrapers. Me too. I feel you, Troy. Ah, look at this. Some modern Art Nouveau. Ooh. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. Roland says 120 of those apartments is just for Ariel shirts. Is there a big difference between renting accommodations in Manhattan to the surrounding boroughs? The difference is becoming less and less. It used to be very stark difference, and now it's less. This house is being repaired. The ironwork is Art Nouveau. Yeah, Art Nouveau. So this type of design is Art Nouveau. The building itself is more traditional. Beautiful house. Will you buy this mansion with these views? Let me know. Would you buy this mansion, this townhouse with these views? In this quiet little dead-end street. This is like Crimes and Misdemeanors, the movie by Woody Allen, where Sam Waterston shows off the best houses, best buildings. Look at that seaplane. Doreen says absolutely. Oh yeah, I feel you. I would totally buy this in a heartbeat. Oh my god, with the views of the bridge. Oh, and then you're gonna get a new skyline view with Long Island City over here. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Wow. And here, another mansion. This is a series of townhouses, it seems, with a private entrance. Look how beautiful these are. I would rather live there in the new high-rise, says Sean. Okay, cool. Cool, Sean. That's the great thing about New York. There's a lot of options. You can live in a townhouse, which is basically your own single-family unit. You can live in one of these kind of complexes that there are multiple townhouses, but they have like their own little property and their own, I think, shared rooftop. Or you can live in one of these classic apartment buildings right over here. These a little bit more modern apartment buildings from the 1980s. Or you can live in a skyscraper. Let me know, what type of building will you live in if you had a limited budget? What would be your ideal apartment or townhouse? Do you think there will be street festivals in New York City this summer? Yes, Anonymous. Smorgasburg has already been announced to be coming back this very soon to Prospect Park. And look at these views. Fine Bone says air quality. Yeah, air quality might not be the best because you're right by a huge bridge with a lot of cars. However, think about this. Jeannie, thank you so much for the 200 stars. Think about this. Right now, yes, most of the areas and cities that are right next to major highways or bridges have a lot of carbon monoxide and a lot of smog. It sucks. Especially if you suffer from a respiratory disease like asthma. But electric cars are just around the corner. More and more of them are being sold. So if electric cars are being sold and they start replacing gas vehicles, and many countries around the world, including the United States, have set quotas, saying by, I think the United States has said by 2035, was it? That most of the US's fleet of cars will be electric. Many emergency vehicles are also being converted into electric. Electric vehicles do not emit carbon monoxide. And thus, living by a highway or a huge bridge might actually not be either noisy, because electric cars are much more quieter. Sometimes they're so quiet that they have to add some noise to them. And also you won't get pollution. So all of the situations of these apartment buildings, they're about to become way more attractive in about 10 years. Robin says your optimism is inspiring. George says, Ariel, if you really want that house, time to start up here in the city. No, I'll do it the old-fashioned way. I'll make money honestly. Wow. Yeah. I can't feel my phone. Okay. Better buy one up before the prices go up, Sarah. I agree. Nuclear energy is the answer, Matt. For cars, I don't think so. Maybe for other things, but not for cars. The power plants need to recharge them do pollute. Indeed they do, H3N2, yes. Yeah, it is a very complicated issue. But remember, every new step in technology always has a downfall. Everything. The railroad had its negatives compared to horse and carriage. Railroads sometimes did not brake well and they would derail, and many people did pass away. But should we not have built railroads because of those accidents? Should we have now waited for George Westinghouse to improve the braking systems to prevent these derailments just because railroad wasn't as safe as the horse and carriage? Should we have not built the car because the car sometimes did explode in its early days? It did crash very easily, and it was a very ugly crash, and there was no technology of seatbelts yet. Should we not have built electricity because people did get electrocuted in the beginning, and electricity was cumbersome in its early days compared to lighting up a candle, to using gasoline, to using whale oil? Should we have not developed electricity? So with any new development, there's going to be its downfalls. However, I am an optimist when it comes to technology, and I think with any type of technology, yes, a new series of challenges do pop up, but a new series of conveniences also pop up. So we should not be afraid of electrical vehicles because there's a new series of challenges, meaning a lot more pollution in another place. But we should, of course, be smarter, and we should focus on making the best solution possible. But to be afraid of a new technology because a challenge that we did not encounter before pops up, I don't think so. Let me know what you think. It's a beautiful little park. Susie says, I'm writing your name in the New York City ballot for mayor. That'd be funny. That'd be funny. I wake up one day, wait a minute. Somehow tens of thousands of people have voted for mayor. I did not know this, and now suddenly I have to work. That'll be funny. Oh, look at these views. And look what's happening right below us. What is this? Methinks this is the new walkway that's connecting up and down Manhattan. Oh, this is gonna be fun. A new walkway right over here. So let's sit on this bench and let's do a bench test. Everyone, we're gonna do a bench test. George says, deep thoughts with Ariel. Yeah, today is a more of a deep day. And Kay, you are the woman of the hour, or 3 hours. So Kay, if you want to see anything in particular or have any requests, I'll do my best to show it to you within this episode. So everyone, one more time, give a huge happy birthday to Kay. This is a perfect place for a screenshot with those happy birthday names. I'm excited. I'm really excited for this bench. I'm already having good feelings with this bench. And they do offer shade, so let's keep that in mind. There's the option for a sunny bench and there's the option for a shaded bench. All right, let's sit down. I'm gonna sit down very slowly. It looks like I'm taking a big crap, but I'm not. I'm testing a bench. Oh. This is a good bench. Oh my god. It has a perfect slope. Perfect slope. It's made out of wood. It has ridges. The ridges are a bit too big. Makes it slightly uncomfortable. But this view and the sounds of Susan the Sparrow right nearby. Butterflies are surrounding me right now. And they're flying all about. There's bees that's coming and trying to land on my shirt because it thinks I actually have real flowers. These are not real flowers. Do not sit on them. Surrounded by, right in front of the East River. Oh my god, this is... Look at this. Chris says the home with the rounded windows near the bridge is only 27.5 million. That's it. That's it. It's not that much. Oh my god. BP, it's not my birthday today. My birthday is very soon. It's between tomorrow and Saturday. 2 more days left. You'll find out when's my birthday. I'm going live on my birthday. Wow. Beautiful views. Right in front of the water. You know, right? Soon there will be a walkway, but you're basically right in front of the water. And when the walkway is fully constructed, then you'll be able to people watch from this perspective. We see the beautiful views of Roosevelt Island, and right behind Roosevelt Island we have Long Island City. And this skyline is only going to get better as time goes by. Look at the skyline down there. And we have the views of the Queensboro Bridge. In my opinion, one of the top 4 bridges along the East River. Let me know, where would you categorize this bridge? It's quiet. Usually the people who live here, who come to this park, this bench, are people who live in the area, and it tends to be people who are above the age of about 65. So it's an older set that are here, and it always makes a pleasant place to be at the park. And sometimes you see the very old residents, elderly residents. I mean that with the highest respect. That are 90 plus sometimes, coming here and read a book, and it's a very wonderful sight to see. And this is a great date spot. If you come here at night during a date, oh my god. Oh my god, yeah. That date will probably go very well. Unless if the person hates bridges and hates cities, then why are you taking them on a date in New York City? You gotta ask yourself that. So I would give this bench, and no bird poo either, and no human poo. I would give this bench, this bench is a good bench. This is a Uber bench. This is a bench, one of the highest benches in all of New York City, in my opinion. This is the one bench to rule them all. This hits quite a high benchmark. Dare I say this bench is a mensch. I will give this bench a very strong 9.6. It's a great bench. It's an ingenious bench. Beautiful. It is a Uber bench. It loses only a few points because of the carbon monoxide. I do feel smog on my face. That's the only reason it doesn't quite get so high as a perfect score. But beyond that, it's an amazing bench. There's only been one very high 9.9, and you have to dig back into the Urbanist archives, but it's one specific bench in Central Park that has a 9.9. I'll take my future girlfriend there one day, Matt. I'll 100% recommend it. I'll tell you the cross street. Imagine people fighting about the score, says an honest dude. Luckily, I am not yet as big as David Portnoy of pizza reviews. One Bite Pizza reviews. Imagine, because David Portnoy unfortunately offends people from the town or the pizzeria because he gives a low score sometimes, or he gives too high of a score and people think it's too high. Imagine me offending like a urban planner, a parks commissioner. Luckily there's no Robert Moses type parks commissioner out here nowadays that can make my life impossible, so. Anonymous Stu says, quote, "You're out of your mind, that's a 9.7. Indeed. Here we have the ferry passing through. I am getting burnt. I did not put sunscreen today, but it is worth it. It is worth the sunburn to be sitting on this bench. This might not be the bench that we deserve as a city, but this is definitely the bench we need. Wendy says, is Miss Urbanist nearby? Mrs. Urbanist. Chris says, the one sitting bench review. Indeed, new channel. Wow. So there is a shaded option if you want to sit in the shade. At night, you won't need to worry about that. Oh my God. Let's zoom in a little bit more and then continue walking around. Hey, Arlene, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Arlene, for the $2 super chat. Now, all you need now is a cold brew. Oh yeah, I'm feeling a cold brew. We're gonna get a cold brew. But who knows where? Stay tuned. Down there we see Brooklyn, we see the Williamsburg Bridge, Four Freedoms Park there at the tip of Roosevelt Island, which is right over here. Anonymous Stu says, I think he has a Mrs. Urbanist or two. He's the smartest. At night the raccoons use this bench. Maybe they do. Maybe you'll make a good raccoon friend. Cold brew to wash the smog off your face. Indeed. A good coffee facial wash is needed. I can't wait for this park to open. If anyone can confirm, I think this is the walkway, but I hope it's not a road. Oh, I hope not. That would be terrible news if it's like a huge new FDR extension. If anyone can confirm 100%, is this a walkway or a road? You can fit more on this bench. Yeah, you can fit 3 and 3. You can fit 6 people here. So if you're a big family, you can fit this bench. And B. Griffin says, I was trying to visit Four Freedoms Park after a long day of urban hiking, and they were just closing the gate. Yeah, they closed pretty early at like 4 p.m. No, it's a walkway. Oh, thank you so much. Who is this? Panajotis, thank you so much. All right, my phone might overheat, so I gotta go into shade. So thank you so much for Panajotis. It is officially a walkway. It is the new walkway that will be connecting all along Sutton Place. Very good news. Very good news because we have the FDR also underneath us as well. Hence, that's why there's a lot of smoke. Thank you everyone for telling me it's a walkway. Yeah, I can't wait for it. It's truly going to be a wonderful walkway. Hey, Renee gave 2,500 Chilean pesos. Bell fries on Ludlow for great Belgian fries. Oh, thank you so much. I will check it out. And we even have Urbanus orange flowers. With a lot of bees. Oh, I just want to be here all day. Girl in the curl says we need to chop. Speaking to T Money. It's a sign. It says, I don't know, maybe it is. Huh. I think I found my new house. Okay, so I'm gonna buy up this property. What is the Urbanus official flower? I haven't picked one yet, but I kind of know which one it is. I gotta check out the name. Oh, look at the backyard on this. I'm peeking in. They're under construction, so no one's living here at the moment. Remember, this month stars are doubled. Yes, if you're on Facebook, yes. Doubled. B. Griffith says, keep the super chats coming. Ariel has found a new fly. Thank you everyone so much. Oh, look at this door. Look at this door. Wow. Are there bird watching tours in New York City, David? Yes, you're better off going either to Central Park or Prospect Park for a bird tour. And the Central Park Conservancy.
Ariel?
Yeah. Hey.
David.
Hey, David. Oh, David Fenzi. Nice to see you.
How have you been, my man?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
That's so great. You know, I have to say, like, you know, hey guys, how's everyone doing? David Finzi here.
Oh.
You know, I'll be honest, like, I've seen many YouTube lives from New York City.
Yeah.
But I just thought, you know, whatever opportunity I have to be in one for once, if you're so close, why not stop by?
Oh, yeah. Do you enjoy the neighborhood?
Dude, how can I not?
Yeah, I can imagine, yeah.
So good to see you.
Yeah, so good to see you too.
Finally, I get to see, like, what is it actually like, you know, doing YouTube living?
Yes. It's walking around the camera talking to myself.
Right? Yeah. What are you up to right now?
I'm showing this amazing door, which I just noticed it for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. What do you recommend for people to in this neighborhood to check out?
Well, first let's start off with, like, you know, where Ronald was Ariel, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I can't believe I always get the names wrong.
Yeah.
Ariel, yeah. So Ariel right here, you know, what he just showed you, it's totally recommended to come at night. Just make sure you're not alone because that might be a little bit risky. Especially like, you know, after midnight, that's when it really becomes a little bit dangerous.
Okay.
But yeah, like definitely come around at night when you can, especially when you can see like the little lights on the bridge.
Oh yeah.
And have you been on the tramway?
I've been on the tramway multiple times.
Yeah. You probably told them about that.
Yeah. I might ride actually. I might head over there.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll drop you off there unless you're like, you know, unless you're kind of busy now.
Oh, are you walking around?
I mean, I'm like, you know, kind of free for the next couple hours.
Okay, we'll walk around with a fellow local David for a little while. Let's go to the tramway.
Well, if you don't mind, though.
No, I don't mind. In this case, tell us a little bit more. How is it living here?
So, let's say, you know, I mean, like I've been here for about like 7 years. It's been a while since I got to notice like a few years ago, like the little John Finley walkway you probably saw.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like another one of those like walkway, but the thing is like it's like longer and you can actually bike in that area.
Oh, that's great that they're extending it because it used to be very disconnected between all the different walkways.
Oh yeah.
Along the waterfront.
It actually, believe it or not, goes up to like I believe 100 and something, like 16th Street or something like that, like the mid walkway.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. If
to Carl Shores Park.
Yeah. Carl Shores Park, exactly. Like, you know, I've walked there a few times. It was amazing.
Oh, nice. And how's the coffee in the area?
So coffee, I mean, it really depends like how you define like good coffee because, you know, I'm Italian on my dad's side. And, you know, like, I'll just say that if you go to Starbucks or, like, all those kind of chain cafes, the taste, like, from our mindset, it's not even coffee.
Yeah.
That's the truth. I mean, not going to lie, no offense to all those, like, Starbucks makers.
Right.
But I would say like
But more and more are popping up in the area as well.
yeah. Like, you know, especially if you go to like places like San Ambrose, which tends to be a bit more expensive, but much more refined in like texture, and also like I'd even say, I guess I'll just like kind of cut to the chase and say like in terms of texture and taste.
Oh, cool.
Like definitely San Ambrose is your best bet if you're looking for like Italian espresso.
Yeah.
If you want like simple coffee,
San Ambrose, where is that located?
so they have multiple locations.
Yeah.
One that's like close to my house, 66 and 3rd.
Okay.
66 and 3rd. It's actually right across the street from my gym.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Crunch. I go to Crunch.
And Dev God, thank you so much for a $10 super chat. I appreciate that.
Like answer all the super chats you got.
And if you have any questions for, let's take the advantage to make a local Q&A. If you have any questions for a Midtown East, what would you call this neighborhood? Sutton Place.
Definitely, but right like that back there was Sutton Place.
Yeah.
Right now, I'd say we're gonna moving a bit closer to like Midtown East Side, but right now we're at First Avenue, so I'd say we're still somewhat in the borderline of Sutton Place.
Right.
We're not too far. We're not too far away from like one of those like kind of centers of the Midtown East. If you really like want to go like more like if you want to go much more central, you should probably like consider Lexington.
Oh yeah, that's right. So ask any questions to a local New Yorker.
But go ahead and explain, because I don't want to interrupt you live.
How long have you? No, because I'm curious. How long have you been? You said 7 years. What brought you to this area?
So believe it or not, I was actually born in New York City.
Okay.
I moved out. I was actually born like in Mount Sinai Hospital, and I lived in like downtown.
Ooh, you're one of those rare native New Yorkers.
Yeah,
like myself.
I'll be honest though, I'm actually first generation American.
Oh, really? Okay.
My dad's like directly from Torino, Italy.
Oh, interesting.
Yep, and my mom is from Israel.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm aware that you're like Puerto Rican, Spanish.
Puerto Rican, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting because Italians usually are like 3 or 4 generations, but you're only 1 generation.
Yeah, and moreover, like I'm one of the probably few like Northern Italians.
Yeah.
Because like most Italian Americans, like especially New York, where I can say East Coast, are like Southern Italian from Sicily, Calabria, Puglia. Those areas.
Right. And you come from Torino. Also, that's why you like the Italian espresso.
Yep.
Oh, that's interesting.
I took a break from it though because it's been causing me a lot of anxiety and stress.
It says, Ariel, if you're 5'2", how tall is David? I'm actually like I'm on stilts right now.
He's faking that he's higher than me. He's faking.
I'm on stilts.
He's just bugging.
You said Calabria, right?
Calabria and Sicily.
And I was thinking, let's see, One Vanderbilt. What do you think of One Vanderbilt?
What?
One Vanderbilt, the new skyscraper.
Oh, Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say it's rather prestigious.
Yeah.
Especially like, I mean, if you're like just kind of looking to like live there, I think you're talking about probably more or less at least a couple million.
Yeah, exactly.
If
Right.
you're looking to live there.
I mean, I noticed that new skyscraper that I pointed out earlier, and it seems like there's more and more skyscrapers popping up in this neighborhood.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of keeps like it's going left and right. You know, there's already a bunch of buildings out there that already surpassed the Empire State.
Right.
Including like what was at the time Freedom Tower, and now is the Twin Towers.
And how is it living in
the Twin Towers now is the Freedom Towers.
Right.
Yeah.
And how is it living in an apartment in New York? I know a lot of people are curious about that.
So, I mean, what I would definitely say, like, you mean in terms of like, you know, cost, or in terms of?
I would say cost and kind of comfortability.
Okay, so in terms of cost, I would say, I mean, it depends really what kind of apartment you want. Like, if you want like to rent, that would definitely depend a lot on the area. I would say here it's rather considered one of the most expensive in the, you know, in like, you know, the kind of regular mid-end of Manhattan.
Yeah.
You know, if you want like kind of more high-ended, you definitely should be like looking down at downtown. And if you're like, and if in terms of like, and if you want obviously renovations, then, you know, that would be having to like, you'd have to like kind of, you know, examine all the adjustments and make all the assessments with your architect. That would like, you'd be looking at about probably somewhat to like a quarter of $250,000, or if not $500,000.
Wow, in order to renovate.
For renovations.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's pretty intense. In terms of living, I would say pretty convenient, especially like if it was, depends like how much of your dream it was to live in New York.
Right.
I'd say, you know, I mean, in terms of getting comfortable, it might take you somewhere about 6 months to a year, depending like how passionate you are about living here. But I would say like, you know, everything is in your area.
Right.
It's like, you know, just within walking distance. You know, I was very lucky to like live 10 minutes away from Central Park.
Yeah, you're within walking distance. You're amazing. You're walking distance basically to everywhere.
Yep.
And every train as well. Yeah.
Exactly.
And Renee says, where can you find the best Milanese steak? Milanese steak.
Oh, steak.
No, but the breaded Italian steak.
Oh, the breaded Italian?
Yeah.
So I don't know about the breaded Italian one, but I could definitely say that if you're looking for like a rather decent, actual chunk of steak,
Yeah.
you would definitely be looking at this one place. You'd be looking at this place called Mediterraneo. It's pretty high cost.
What's the name again?
Mediterraneo.
Mediterranean.
Mediterraneo. It's like Mediterranean, but the Italian way of saying it, Mediterraneo.
Okay.
It's like on. No, it's all good. It's on 2nd Avenue and 66.
Oh, interesting.
Yep, 2nd Avenue, 66. It's 2 blocks from my apartment.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, not too far from me. I don't go there too often though, because it's rather expensive, and sometimes we don't even go out too often. Any other place for steaks that I can think about?
Well, Italian American food in this area.
Italian American? Well, I mean, I don't know if they have steaks per se, but definitely if you want if you want I would say high quality parm, that's Italian American, but I think you can find them in Sicily, but I haven't been there, so I wouldn't know for sure. You'd be talking about Todi di Napoli.
Todi di Napoli. Okay, cool.
It's 1 block from me.
Oh, nice.
It's actually a family style kind of restaurant. It's a family style restaurant, so it depends on how many people you have with you.
Yeah.
If you want to if it's 2 people, you
Let's
want
cross
to
over here.
share. Yeah, sure.
Well, what brought you over to watching live streams?
So
since you're a local New Yorker.
I mean, I've always passionate watching these live streams.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I don't have time, obviously I don't. But when I do, I like to check them out. And I was like, hey, he's so close to me. Why not actually give him a small tour?
right. Exactly.
It was my opportunity. So I was like, I never get these opportunities.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And what do you do? What do you do for a living?
So what I do? So I actually just graduated, as you know, a few weeks ago from Hofstra University.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Computer engineering. You're electrical.
Yeah, electrical.
Yeah, we're the engineering buddies.
Exactly. Yeah. So
We gotta open our company.
so David just recently graduated from Hofstra, which is based in Long Island. How was it commuting all the way to Hofstra?
So basically, before COVID, I used to go home for the weekend.
Right.
I started off by taking the Long Island Railroad, and then from there taking the Metro.
Right.
But then, interesting enough, I went basically one of those unusual routes that no other. It was it was pretty cheeky, and no other Hofstra student ever thought about this.
Okay.
Because they wanted just to get to Manhattan as fast as possible, kind of zoom through the train. I simply took the Hofstra shuttle that took me to this place called Hempstead Transit Center where all the buses meet.
Right.
I took the 1 bus. I was 270, it was at the time 275, the normal bus here in New York City.
Yeah.
And then from there, took it to the F train, and it got me only a couple blocks from my house. So this is what I used to do on weekends.
Wow. How long was that commute?
You'd be talking about a good hour and a half.
Oh, it's not that bad because
all.
the F train is pretty quick.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially if you're talking about Jamaica.
Right.
But yeah, you'd be talking about an hour and a half of a commute, and I used to do that every weekend. It wasn't that bad. I mean, going back, instead of having to go through the trouble of taking the train again, my parents were kind enough and generous to drive me back.
Right.
But that was only because of time and effort. Otherwise, I'd say it really wasn't that bad. Right. But then when COVID happened, obviously I was home for the first first lockdown, and then I went back the fall semester. But we actually did this where my mom or my sister would pick me up on Thursday evenings, and then I would stay home for the weekend and they'd drive me back. But then this my last semester, which was this past one, was when I ended up staying home because I said enough of the trouble.
Oh right, exactly. Yeah. This is quite a long commute. Usually people stay in Queens or in Long Island when studying over there.
Yeah.
But now you're in the center of everything.
Yeah, exactly. I usually just kind of stay in the area, but I was just hey, I mean, I'm close to home. I want the kind of opportunity to go home sometimes, be with family while also studying during the week and being independent.
Right.
But obviously that ship sailed when COVID hit.
Oh, interesting. David, I'll depart from you over here. It was awesome meeting you.
Yeah. So I mean, you're going to the Roosevelt Island?
Yes, I'm going to continue on my journey. Have a great day, man.
You got to do your thing.
Bye bye.
So, whatever questions else you have, you know how to reach me on on YouTube. And before you go.
Yeah.
Let me give you my, contact info if you have more questions for anyone else.
Sure thing, yeah.
My business card.
Oh, cool. Okay, awesome. David's business card. Awesome, man. Have a great day.
I'll see you.
Bye-bye. All right, that was awesome. So everyone give a round of hearts to David. Fun guy, very enthusiastic about New York City, and awesome that he graduated and has settled here in New York. That's really awesome. So David, it was awesome meeting you. And David this is his Instagram. Let me show it to you. I love that. That was so spontaneous. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Active Sporty. Oh, David's involved in sports somehow. Active Sporty. Right here. Oh, I think, well, it's a business card, so I don't think he minds showing the full thing. But Active Sporty is his Instagram. All right, let's get to it. Right. David was a nice young man, indeed he was. Where do these stairs go? Aha, to a magical realm. We're gonna take the ferry, not the ferry, the tram to Roosevelt Island. So you can use a Metro card here. We got 13 minutes, so I'll show you how I'll buy it. Tram capacity is at 55 people. So in order to buy a Metro card, highly recommend if you're traveling around by train and bus, just get yourself a Metro card. You can also use it on the tram. And you can get a fast Metro card for $9. $1 for the card itself. But pro tip, you can also buy passage on the phone. But I'll show you how to get a Metro card first. So if you get a new card, I would recommend doing an unlimited ride. If you're here for 7 days, for a week, even if you're here for 5, this is very well worth your money. $33. Especially if you're a solo traveler or traveling with only one other person, this will be well worth your money. If you're here for a month, also well worth your money. And there you can save a lot of money taking public transportation around. It's very convenient. You never have to worry about it. All right, lots of people. Kay says, don't forget to slam that like button. Yeah, Kay, if you recommend anything, do let me know. I might have missed your comment earlier if you commented about a request. I loved your Long Island video, says Sarah. Do you plan more videos? I am really hoping to work with Discover Long Island again, Sarah. So yes, I would love to show more of Long Island, and I would love to show it more with Discover Long Island, the tourism board there. Kristen was an awesome person to have on my show. And let me put on my mask because there's a mat. In public transportation, people are still wearing masks. It's getting very full. Okay. Do you have any more plans to meet with Alex from the hotel? Not in the near future, but maybe one day. International Cannoli Day. Oh, thank you so much for letting us know. Girl on the curl. I did not know that. Travel is the best gift you can give to yourself. Indeed. Why did his family chose New York? Oh, I should have asked that. Where are you headed? Who knows? It doesn't matter the destination. The only thing that matters is the goal. Oh, cool. Thank you so much for writing down the address. So this was David's recommendation, Mediterranean, in 2nd Street. Or 2nd Avenue. That's 2nd Avenue. All right, yeah, so we have more than 500 people tuning in. Slam that like button right now if you're enjoying these videos. If you want stuff into the tram only has a capacity of 55, so be sure to squeeze in. I hope you can squeeze in, and then we can all fit in there. Slam that like button right now. And if you want to see more Long Island episodes, Discover Long Island was an awesome sponsor of the show, and I don't frequently work with sponsors because the show is mostly meant for you guys. You are mostly the sponsors, especially the super urbanists are the sponsors. But in this case, I really enjoyed working with Discover Long Island. They were a really awesome sponsor, showed us a really interesting town. And there's many other towns in Long Island that are worth discovering. So if you want to see more episodes, go onto their Instagram and say to them, DM or a comment saying, tell them you love the episode and want to see more. You would love to see more episodes of Long Island on Urbanists. Tell them on their Instagram, which is Discover Long Island. Discover Long Island. If anyone could write the official Instagram on the comments, I'll tag it. So let them know on their Discover Long Island Instagram, or reach out to them any way you see fit and say, hey, I want to see more episodes on Urbanist of so-and-so place. And doing so does help out the show. A, you get a new Long Island episode, but B, I get another sponsor episode, and that means I can show you more foreign places like Greece, England, Ireland in the near future, Puerto Rico, many other places, hopefully soon, Hawaii at some point when prices get a little bit more reasonable, and all these other places. Little Nas says, if Utah sponsors me, will you do it? It would really depend. Salt Lake City might have some very interesting history and architecture, so maybe it would have to depend. Anonymous dude, do I have a dream organization I would love to collab with? Anonymous dude, to be honest, I would love to be sponsored by a sparkling water company. I just think that would be the coolest thing ever. And if it means shouting out that sparkling water that I will have to enjoy before I ever consider sponsoring them, I would do it. I would just love to have a show, various episodes, maybe a month, that are sponsored by a sparkling water company. That's my dream sponsor. And maybe they can pay for some crazy trip. So B. Griffith, thank you so much for writing it down. So everyone, discover Long Island. Take a little break as we're waiting for the tram to come in, and write a message on their Instagram, whatever way you see fit. Tell them what you liked about the episode. What would you like to see in the future? Anything you would wish. And let them know. Especially if you are convinced going to Long Island yourself, then tell them that. That's a really awesome thing to say. And it's up to you. All right, let's take the tram. I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Oh, people are shaking behind you. Chris, I feel the same way. I wish they invited more YouTube creators to hotels, but it's tough working with hotels. Inside Nomad was so awesome.
Check out that place, Captain Louis.
Alright everyone, I can only show you one side this time around. Watch my previous videos if you want to see the side with the Queensboro Bridge. This time we're going to be looking northward because I can't go to the other side, too full. But I have previous videos. Look back, search Roosevelt Island Urbanist, and you'll see both sides of the tram. Here we are.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's Friday or this Friday? Let's Friday. What day?
Chris was in Japan is considered rude to answer your phone. Yeah, it'll be tough to do videos in Japan transit.
I can't go over this morning. I'm up from 9:30 and I have to walk more. I can't do that. No problem.
George, is this part of the Spider-Man movie? Indeed it is. It was featured in Spider-Man 1, Green Goblin, the Sam Raimi version that came out in the early 2000s. Green Goblin attacked the tram and made Spider-Man choose between a tram filled with school children and saving Mary Jane.
Oh, okay, no problem.
Very good scene. This doesn't flip or swing, it does. It's swinging, but not flipping. And there it is, oh look at that.
Can you do me a favor? Can you run back?
Maria says there's a lot of kids here. Yeah, there is. Wow. And there we were earlier, Sutton Place. You will see the reflection right down there is the water. I hope you guys can swim. FM, is that one of the UN buildings? No, UN is the opposite direction I'm facing. Jan says, a night so beautiful. Indeed it is. And here we have arrived. Giselle, I'm at Roosevelt Island right now, yeah. Adam, thank you so much for tuning in. Candy says it's smooth. It really is smooth, yeah. Not bumpy ride whatsoever. Raymo, thank you so much for following Super Chat. Raymo, I appreciate you. Chris says, I've been to all the major museums, but a suggestion for a smaller museum? Yes, the Museum of the Moving Image. So here we are. That was the tram we took. You can go round trip if you want. You just have to use another MetroCard swipe. And of course, you can also buy a MetroCard if you're coming in from Roosevelt Island. There are 4 ways to get to Roosevelt Island. 1, you could take the tram, which we just did. 2, you could take the subway. Actually, 5 ways. 3, you could take a car, you could take an Uber, but they'll be coming from Queens on the bridge. 4, you can take the ferry. Or 5, you can swim. I do not recommend the 5th option. That was so much fun, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa. Yeah, I would not recommend swimming. All right, let's see if we can take the ferry. Yeah, we can take the ferry. Let's go.
by Astoria.
Sure.
By East Side.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah. Yesterday.
Double check.
Oh. What was I using yesterday? This is my wallet. All right. Let me use my other one. Sorry about this.
Strange.
That's strange. That's very weird. All right. Thank you. Okay, that is very weird. The ticket. I did not take a ferry yesterday. Susie says I should do a stream just running everywhere. Yes, only if I run Tom Cruise style. Beware having a hat here because it does get windy. Alright. Can you use a Metro card on this? No, you have to pay. It's $275, same price as a single ride of bus, subway, tram, but it is not on the same system. You do have to buy a separate ticket. But one of them, for some reason, said it was used yesterday, and I did not ride any ferries at all yesterday, or even in the past like 2 months. So I'm not sure what happened there, but at least I had 2 tickets. So here we're seeing Roosevelt Island via the water. A little island in the East River, which is technically a tidal estuary between Midtown Manhattan. Here are the modern apartment complexes. Today is a very Philip Johnson day because we already visit 2 places of Philip Johnson. Philip Johnson is also responsible for these, right? Am I getting it right? Philip Johnson, I think so. Joshua, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Love watching your videos. Can't wait to come back from Tennessee. Also glad, hopefully you can come back. All super chatters help in sponsoring these videos. Thank you so much for making it possible. Taking transportation, using data, using phones, upgrading gimbals, getting access to museums. Thank you so much for your super chats. They help in all those things. neighborhood of a very well-known YouTuber. Right down there, we have a lighthouse built by a madman. Roosevelt Island, there was a man who was in the asylum, and he decided to build a lighthouse. And he thought that the British were going to attack New York City again. And he actually convinced his fellow inmates or patients to build a lighthouse. There's also bathrooms here in the ferry. Oh, and the final stop is East 90th. Ah, well, we'll get off here.
Astoria. Take care, folks. 31.
Don't know how to say that way better.
The last stop on this ferry will be East 90th.
So Wall Street bound is in 13 minutes. All right, so we are in Astoria, Queens. So you can see how easy it is to get around if you're quick on your feet and to run to the ferry. But ferries pass fairly often during the weekdays, so you'll be okay generally trying to catch one. If you take the tram, you might have to wait 15 minutes, but it's not too bad. I'm running out of battery, but we are in Astoria, Queens, and this is a nice neighborhood. Let me know if you want to continue the walk here in Astoria, Queens. If you do, I will hook up my phone to my battery pack and we'll continue walking around. But I'll let all of you vote. And maybe here in Astoria, I think we can encounter some good food and some good coffee. So this might be a good place for a coffee/food stop. Time for a beer. Your 5'2" feet help. Please, if you can, says an honest dude. Sally says yes. Doreen says yes, continue. Wendy says yes, please. Okay, but if you really want me to continue, you gotta press that like button right now if you are on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, press that love button, that heart button. And the reason I asked for you to press it, even more important than even pressing subscribe or follow, is for two reasons. A, the very selfish reason that I want to grow urbanist. And I want to grow urbanist because this is my passion. I love showing cities. I love walking around and talking about the history, food, and architecture and urban design. I love those topics. It is deeply my passion, and I rather work doing this than doing any 9-to-5. That's the selfish reason. The other reason that's beneficial to all of you, besides me making more videos if you really enjoy them, is that if you press like on this video, you'll get more videos like this. So if you really enjoy this type of style of video, YouTube will know that this is the type of thing you enjoy, and it'll keep showing you more, both of my own videos and my colleagues. And beyond that, if you want to show New York City to more people who can use it, because there's a lot of people out there in the world who can't travel for a myriad of reasons. It might be mobility reasons. I have people who are elderly who can't really walk and run to a ferry. And I have people who can't travel because they're very far away and they want to feel a little bit closer to New York. If you want increase the chances that these videos go to them, then also pressing that like button is the very simplest thing you can do. I appreciate all the super chats, but the simplest thing you can do is pressing that like button every time you visit. And that helps for all those 3 reasons. Both the selfish reasons and the other reasons as well. All right, let's continue walking around. So a lot of people voted yes. The other reasons is because the gimbal's glued to your head. Ronaldo, you're making a reference to that Daniel Radcliffe movie where he had guns attached to his hands, and unfortunately he couldn't take them off. And it was a interesting movie. No, luckily I am not held hostage. There's no need that I am hostage. I am not hostage at all. No one's convincing me. Please help me. No one's convincing me to do live videos. Please help. Please help. YouTube has not held me hostage, please. All right, let's continue walking. All right, let's go. Bill says, you just described myself. Yes, please continue. Blink twice if you need help. FM. Hey Derek, nice to see you here. Welcome. I appreciate you. These videos have made me choose to move to New York, says Malaki. Malaki, please remind me how to say your name properly. Phonetically. All right, I got mute for a little bit. Stay tuned. Okay, yeah, there was some loud hip hop. So here's the New York City skyline before we continue on. Malaki, you're saying it's spot on. Don't worry, Malaki. Okay, Malaki. All right, awesome. I hear new music. So yeah, unfortunately, there's a bug here on the app. The app is wonderful. I love Prism Live Studio, but sometimes they have these bugs and glitches. And there's a glitch now that the music is not playing. So there's nothing. It's out of my hands, unfortunately. The skinny skyscrapers, we see Central Park Tower right there, the more square one, and then the more tapered one is the Steinway Tower. And then we have 432 Park Avenue, the skyscraper designed after a trash can. Yep, this skyscraper right here. Check it out. Check out the video. Designed after a trash can. Okay, so let's go by building. People, Sophia says, can you name the buildings? Yeah, let us know. We got the Chrysler building right there, right here. Oh, oh. That hurts. Oof. Buildings are sharp. Okay. So here we have the Empire State Building. No, did not touch. Okay, good. Yeah, it's a bit sharp, so watch out. Here we have one Vanderbilt, also a bit sharp. But this one's not too sharp. This one I just want to tip it over. That is 432 Park Avenue, the one that looks like a trash can because it's literally designed after a trash can. And here we have this tapered one, Steinway Tower. It goes by a different name, but people are calling it Steinway Tower. And we have Central Park Tower. That is right now the tallest by roof height building in all of New York City. He says there's now blood everywhere. Indeed. It will cut you, yes. These buildings will cut you. Now watch out. Wendy says, can't stop laughing. I'm glad I provide good comedy in this serious show. Who wants a condominium with these views right by the ferry? Let me know. I'm giving them away. Official Urbanist giveaway. We're giving away a few of these condominiums. Who wants one? Press that like button right now. Share it on Facebook, and you will be in the running for a free condominium sponsored by Urbans. Julie, is that me? I'll take one and a green card, please, says Adrian. I cannot provide a green card, so no. All right. I can give you the apartment, no green card though. You gotta figure that out on your own. I'll take one off your hands, says Kay. Kay, you already win one because it's automatically your birthday. You have won the penthouse, Kay. Joe is in the running. Adria says that I don't want it. No green card, no deal. I want Midtown Manhattan or Billionaires Row. You got to tune in for future broadcasts when I give one away of those. If you win right now one of these apartments, you will not be eligible for a giveaway on Billionaires Row. I'm just saying, people can't win twice. So you gotta choose carefully. Hey, Dr. Tachi! Dr. Tachi's tuning in. Professor of Media Studies. Nice to see you here. Kay says, Urban is maybe up in my penthouse. No thanks, I'll take a house in the Hamptons with no neighbors, please. It's actually, well, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. If you enjoy that kind of thing, more power to you. Maybe with Discover Long Island, I'll do a Hamptons house giveaway. Dr. Tachi is one of like 2 or 3 professors of media studies that watch my show, and I'm just wondering, am I going to show up on a college curriculum in the near future with all these professors of media studies tuning in? Dr. Tachi, thank you so much for tuning in. Dr. Tachi says you should. Thank you, Dr. Tachi. Julia says, can we make special requests? Yeah, you can, within reason. I'll do my best to show you something in the neighborhood if I can. So, no more ferry, because we're gonna take this boat next along the East River. Soak your feet in the water. If I soak my feet in this water, I will come out as a superhero because that water is very polluted. You would definitely be a mentor to students. Yes, though my videos have been shown to a class in LIM, which is the Long Island Institute of Merchandise and Fashion. Hey, we see Steven the Seagull down there. So yeah, if I put my foot into those waters, I will come out with a new superpower because of their high pollution. So which superpower would I come out with? What do you think? I have to make more that trip in a couple weeks. And I'm nervous about the whole thing, says Jillian. Oh yeah, Jillian, no worries. You can ask me any questions about New York while I'm here on live. I don't answer too many questions on private message or comments, because after these live videos I tend to disconnect and focus on research and other projects. But while I'm live, if you have a good question about New York, I will answer it. Why is that seagull glowing? It's because he went into the water. That's why. It's better to be the power to fly, because it better not be the power to fly, because you will never walk again. Ariel will be the new Captain Planet. Indeed. Indeed I will. Here is the beautiful factory. I think this was the factory of Steinway. Let's get closer. Because this entire town used to be a small company town for Steinway Piano Factory. Pianos were a very big deal in the late 1800s, early 1900s, before radio really came about in mass in the late 20s. And because pianos were really the only way to share music with friends, family, and people in venues like bars, Steinway ended up selling so many. They made it really, really affordable to own the piano for middle-class houses. Thus, they built their main factory here in Queens. And they did something that was called vertical integration. And vertical integration means that they built every aspect in order to facilitate their main business. So they built the piano factory, but they also built the hospital to treat any workers that might have fallen sick or gotten injured. They provided housing for said workers. I think they might have done some things related to lumber mills nearby as well. So they did a lot of aspects, and thus it became a company village on its own. Dr. Tachi says, I'm so knowledgeable. I'm making it all up. No, I'm just joking. I do a lot of research. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Tachi. Oh, we got a beer garden here. Chateau de Wouf. Chateau de Wouf. Okay, so we are at the Socrates Sculpture Garden. Do you guys want to step in to the sculpture park? There's a lot of sculptures running loose in this park. Ooh, another beautiful condo. Ooh, and another beautiful condo. Go in to Chateau Le Wouf. They don't, it's not really, you can't really go in. It seems to be just order right in front. But we could go to the sculptures and see a lot of sculptures running loose here. Let me know if you want to see some sculptures in the wild. If you do, we're in the right place. This is Socrates Sculpture Garden, made by a very famous artist who does these gigantic metal sculptures. You've seen his sculptures before, and he's still alive. He's now 90 years old, 90 plus years old. Apparently, I think still alive. As of a few months ago, he was still alive. I'm not sure if I can step here in the middle. Let's go around it. And this was constructed 1981, 1982, somewhere around. In order to bring art and culture to the outdoors. So people didn't need to go into a stuffy museum and sometimes spend a lot of money. Ever since then, they've been having the display of different types of sculptures, and they're always rotating. So they have new sculptures every couple of months. Also, this place, they have movie events. I myself have seen a wonderful movie here called Embrace of the Serpents. It was probably one of the best cinema experiences I've ever had in my entire life. I'm not exaggerating. One of the best movies I've seen, and seeing it outdoors here on a summer night with the gentle breeze of the river, the quiet birds chirping on a grassy field, eating some nice local food, watching a movie of a man going deep into the Amazon was one incredible, magical experience. What is this sculpture made of? It appears to be metal, but I can't quite tell. Might not be. Who knows? It might be paper mache. Found materials. Yeah, it might be found materials. B. Griffin. Looks like another Bob sculpture. Ooh, there's another Bob sculpture. See? See if we can find Bob. There's not that many sculptures now because of the pandemic. They had a hard time bringing more others, but here's a description of this one. And this one's called Planeta Abuela. No, it's called Disease Throwers. Disease Throwers. This installation presents the latest sculpture in Maravilla's ongoing Disease Throwers series, which reflects the experiences of illnesses and migration. The totemic forms recall choral formations and include various symbolic elements relating to the artist's personal healing journey. Sculptures also feature 2 large gongs, which we saw in the center, that are temporarily secured in octagonal steel holders. And there's a central fire that is a fire pit right in the middle. Cool. Yeah. Doesn't say too much about the materials, but it says, yeah, a gong and a ceremonial fire pit about healing journeys. Someone left a super chat. Hey, Petter. Thank you so much for your kind super chat, Petter. I appreciate you. Here's another sculpture. It appears to be being installed right now. The man is drilling something in. Where the heck are we, says Robert. Robert, we are in Astoria, Queens. This is called Socrates Sculpture Garden, located in Astoria, Queens. Art is beautiful, says Candy. I agree, Candy. I agree. Wow. Diane, thank you so much for the other. Ooh, we got 20 more Swedish krona. We got a lot of Swedes tuning in today. Thank you so much. Oh, someone left a fart. Uh-oh, someone's farting. Man, the weather is so nice here. It says, Jau. Jau. Ooh. I will get your name right. Ah, Susan has joined us. Susan the Sparrow. There's artists in residency here. Jau says I'm getting closer. Okay, good. What's it smell like? It smells very leafy. Leafy and flowery. It smells like pines. I'm getting a little bit of allergies. Just pulling in the air. It smells like pines. It smells like sitting in a cold wintry day, setting up a fire only a few meters away from a pine tree as the snow is falling down and I'm contemplating about the mysteries of life. And I smell the pine needles covered in snow as the temperatures drip down as night falls. And I realize, wait a minute, life is more than the mind. Life is about this very moment. That's exactly how it smells. I hope that helps. Here's another sculpture. Like it's a barbecue? Internal. Is this a... This is not a sculpture, I think. I think it's an actual functional barbecue. Zhao says, kind of complex smell. I was hoping for the smell of roses. Anonymous says, Ariel is a poet. Or that thing that hangs on your outside rear mirror. Saw a guy that looked a lot like Ariel in the subway in Vienna. Hey, you saw my doppelganger out there. Cool. You got a look-alike overseas, Ariel, says Ben. Just looked at the website and the sculptures are made from found materials. Oh, good to know. It's an obelisk barbecue, ladies and gentlemen. So if you ever wanted to have a Masonic barbecue, this is the place. I thought you would have said farts, says Gwen. No, it does not smell like farts. Maybe sometimes it does, but not in this case. Wow, this is so weird. This is the most interesting barbecue I've seen. With beautiful colored benches. Or picnic tables. And we got the trash monster from Sesame Street hiding in there. I'm always confused by modern art museums to what is said is in the exhibit. When you use the restroom, you wonder, is this part of the museum? Ask Chris. Yeah, Chris, sometimes you can't tell whether the bathroom is part of the exhibit or not. So Chris, I think it was, and a few others have asked, what are the best smaller museums out there? Which I responded, the Museum of Moving Image, which is here in Astoria, Queens. There's no service in that museum, so I can't really go live inside there. But there's another museum, which I myself have not experienced yet. And it's here, the Noguchi Museum. But Noguchi's works are copyrighted, so I won't go inside there without permission. Well, look at these views, wow. Look at the Empire State Building and the Chrysler, perfectly framed in this avenue. So the Noguchi Museum, he's a very talented artist, Japanese American. And if you remember my Frida Kahlo broadcast, I'm gonna tie in New York City and Mexico City. Frida Kahlo had a love affair with Noguchi. It was a open relationship with Frida and Diego at that moment in time. So there was an understanding between them that they can and see other people. But the one caveat is that they cannot get romantically entangled. And unfortunately, Noguchi fell in love with dear Frida. So much so that Diego got wind of it. And he came into Frida's house, La Casa Azul, with a gun and chased Noguchi out. Noguchi, butt naked, had to jump out of the window and run away from Diego Rivera with a gun. And this is his museum over here. So, oh Noguchi. Do not fall in love with dear Frida. Let's go inside. Let's go towards Astoria proper. Wow, we'll never get that image out of my head, says Miss Love. Wow, you're down the block from me, says Ravens. Oh, cool. Do you have any recommendations? Is this the guy who was involved with Frida Kahlo? Yes, it was, Miss Love. You got it. You knew it. A story that like that has to be true. Yes, that is a true story. That is a true story. That I think was written in the journals of Frida because she did keep a lot of first-hand accounts of her life. And there might be pictures of Noguchi at their home. Poor Noguchi, streaking for love. Yeah, he did. Just over 3 hours now. Yeah, okay, over 3 hours. We're gonna end with some food and some coffee. You guys want to try some food and coffee? Coffee? Let me know if you want to experience a good food coffee. Very appropriate to where we're going because in about a week and a half I will be taking an airplane, stuffing you all into my backpack. I hope you can fit in. Pack light, everyone. Do not pack heavy because you're all coming in with me. And we're gonna go to Greece, to Athens, to Thessaloniki, and to Santorini. And we're gonna see the home country of what used to be many of the people who lived here, the Greeks. This was the largest population of Greeks outside of Athens for many decades. Now Athens is a much bigger city. Some of these Greeks that used to live here in America made their money with the diners and with the food places and many other businesses that they started, and they went back to Greece, to their homeland. And apparently to this day, from what I heard on Rick Steves, he mentioned that if you go to the most rural areas of Greece, the elderly residents, which you would expect to have no sense of English, no knowledge of English, are actually the best English speakers, because a lot of them have lived in America or Canada for a moment, for a few years, or if not a few decades. Sarah says, well, we'll be able to get back with all the nice food though. Yeah, you gotta make sure you can fit in this. You can fit in. We got a lot of people coming in. About 1,000, so it's gonna be a packed plane. Kay says, you haven't noticed yet, but I'm right in your backpack. Hey Kay, what are you doing there? You're a bit early. Okay, you're a bit early. Hey, what are you doing back there, Kay? You're a bit early. The trip, well, we're leaving on June 29th. Not quite yet. All right. Maybe you could hop over to Patmos. I don't have too much time, so I'm pretty much only doing day trips from Athens and Thessaloniki. The only island I really do have enough time and or budget, because it is pretty expensive to island hop, is Santorini. But of course, with more viewers, more of you who press that like button, more awesome sponsorship opportunities like Discover Long Island, the more chances I can show you in the near future a true island hop through the Greek Isles. One step at a time. Is Astoria still the largest? No, Athens has more than 4 million people. So I don't think Astoria is still very influential and has a strong Greek community. But I think a lot of the Greeks that lived here have either went back to Greece or have dispersed into the suburbs. Are you going to collab with anyone in Greece? Well, it depends. I don't know too many Greek influencers or YouTubers. So if anyone knows any Greek creators, do let me know in the comments. Peace. Have I ever live streamed the US? Yes, many times. I've covered 19 different cities. 19 different cities. Hey, Daryl, good afternoon to you too. Also, it was funny how even the smallest village folks knew of Astoria, says Hermes. Oh, I can't wait to maybe experience that whenever I take the day trips from Thessaloniki. Candy says, party in your back. Indeed. Santorini, yes, I rode up the donkey and had a shot of ouzo and came down on the rail tram. Loved it, says Diana. Oh, I can't wait to go. In your style, at least, says Panagiotis. Indeed. I'm a globetrotter. Indeed I am. There are many local vloggers. Yeah, I've noticed that. Not that many local vloggers. There's one Greek guy who has like a million subscribers. Maybe I'll reach out to him. He does some videos about travel. Please taste the most tasty momos in New York. Ask wisdom. So momos are a bit more popular in Jackson Heights, and I have tried various momos in Jackson Heights. Watch those episodes. Panagiotis, do I remember his name? No, I do not. He is bald right now, and he talks about sports or games. He's done very few travel videos. He mostly talks about sports or games. He does like reaction videos. But he seems like a really cool guy. I love the video he did of is Athens safe at night? And he did an awesome video on it. Send me his link on Twitter. Oh, will do, Panagiotis. Greeks have some awesome food. Ipo Market Watch is a Greek YouTuber. Ooh, Maria, Ipo Market Watch. Oh, thank you so much. Ipo Market Watch. What is he, a finance YouTuber? Going fast. Okay, if any locals are tuning in, do let me know if you have any recommendations on where to go. Is it Bald and Bankrupt? No, Bald and Bankrupt, I don't think has visited Greece. I don't think he will. Greece is probably not his style. Peace says, I can't wait to see Greece. I'm glad, can't wait. Peace. I envy you, Ariel. Life is sweeter when you're chasing your dreams. This is anonymous. Indeed, it's a beautiful way to live, in my opinion. I hope these videos might inspire some people to live a little bit more from the heart. Because while my videos are very... shots have started. Watch out. Greek neighborhoods can be rough. I'm joking, those are no shots. While I talk a lot about intellectual topics, for me, you know, I talk about history, architecture, food. I talk food pretty intellectually. I talk about urban design like I did today. And of course, I give you some travel tips as I'm doing these live videos. It's all very kind of intellectually based, but for me, these videos are coming from the heart. I really love these topics and they make me flutter when I talk about them, when I learn about them. So I'm not making something because I think it's popular. Really history. You have to be really a kind of a stereotypical education vlogger to really make it big on history, at least superficially. So I am just doing this because I'm deeply passionate about it. So if I were to tell anyone, hey, I'm going to make a video where I walk around and tell people about the history and the architecture, most people have told me before, that's a terrible idea, you're not going to get any views. But I don't care because I really love doing it. So to me, is really doing this from the heart, but also beyond this is traveling, walking around, wandering, experiencing a city or a destination. I would encourage you to do it from the heart. Don't get too up in your head about it. Like thinking, oh, maybe I should make a huge itinerary. I gotta go to this museum and that museum and that museum, and I gotta go to this place, to that, blah, 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 blah. That's okay. Some people might thrive in that scenario, but maybe encourage yourself. I would encourage you, if you're a traveler, or even if you're in your local town or city, to just open yourself up to spontaneity, to random events, to a random place you might not know, to an interesting food option, to going to a new street corner you haven't seen before, to a neighborhood you don't know too much about, or traveling to a place you don't know so much about either, or nerding out on whatever you like to nerd out. If you are a nerd about gardening, then go to every garden you can. Don't let anyone tell you that it's boring to go to gardens. Don't let anyone tell you it's boring to sit down in a cafe for hours. If you really thrive in that scenario and you love sitting down in a cafe for hours just to people watch, or you're a really big fan of coffee, do that. Make that your entire trip. Don't let people tell you how to travel, because that is bunk. In my opinion, same thing with making videos. That is bunk. Here on Urbanist, my promise is that I will be talking about history, food, and architecture. That's because I already enjoy that, and I'll stick the show to that. But when people tell me, oh, don't visit this place of history because it's not worth it, because it's boring, no, I'm not going to listen to that, because I truly, deeply enjoy that, and when I enjoy that, I think it comes through. It comes through, it makes a much better video. Same thing when you do traveling for pleasure. If you travel, if you enjoy, of course, if you're traveling with a friend or a significant other, then you have to focus on a way to synergize. But don't let another person tell you, oh, a garden? You want to go to a garden? No, that's stupid. That's boring. Don't let that person tell you that if you enjoy gardening, or if you enjoy zoos, or if you enjoy the wildlife, or enjoy hiking, or if you enjoy cafes, or if you enjoy seafood, or if you enjoy blah, 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 blah. The list goes on. Athens is not safe at night in all areas, says Hyde. Uh-oh. Lots of issues related to the status of maintaining the EU border. After eating lechon, try living in the heart. Indeed. Where's this little cafe? Let's check it out. All right, there's a beautiful coffee shop here. Today's good, it says on the sign, today's good mood is sponsored by coffee. That's funny. That was very clever. Interesting. Beautiful coffee shop here. All right. You know what? All right, let's go inside. This is really calling me, so let's go inside. Let's check it out. Hey, how's it going? Good. Let's see what you have here. I'll have a small cold brew, please.
Small cold brew, any milk sugar?
No, black. And oh, what is that? Oh, interesting. You have spanakopita. I'll have one of those, please.
Spanakopita? Stay to go.
From here. Well, actually, to go.
To go?
Yeah. Thank you. So this is a beautiful coffee shop, and they have a pretty large menu containing a lot of Greek items. So let's try it out here in Astoria, Queens. I have not seen this coffee place before. It seems rather new. It's called Coffee Cloud. Very interesting name. So let me show you a little bit more. And Anthony, oh, I'm not sure what you're saying, Anthony. And near where you live in Yorkshire, there's a lot of Christian abbeys. Yes, I can't wait to go soon to England whenever it opens up. Nice and wall, yeah. Beautiful exposed foot. Dope work. I agree. I'm sure too. This place is beautiful. I agree. This is probably one of the more beautiful coffee shops I've seen, Dr. Tachi. Gayatri Wow says, wow, beautiful coffee shop. I am stunned. So I'm absolutely stunned by how gorgeous this is. Absolutely stunned. I'm gonna grab some water, so bear with me. And the interesting thing is, this is not the only one I've seen. There's a few coffee shops here in Astoria, Queens. It's very rare that they are owned by Greek Americans or Greeks. It is very rare to go anywhere around the world, anywhere in New York City, where the coffee shops, the modern coffee shops where you get the cold brew, is owned by immigrants. All coffee shops are owned by Americans, or if and a big thanks for everyone for the birthday wishes. My pleasure, Kay. I'm so happy you enjoyed this birthday, this stream during your birthday. Don't sleep on the moussaka. I am so excited for the moussaka, which is kind of like a Greek big ziti. I'm so excited for that. So excited. Or Greek lasagna. So I can't wait. And Kay, my pleasure for doing this live video. I'm so happy you enjoyed it. So one more time, everyone, give a huge round of birthdays to Kay. Kay has been a crucial member to this community. She posts amazing screenshot recaps of these live videos right after they are posted, especially the main ones during the daytime. It's a little bit more reasonable hours for people to tune in. And she also has been watching for so long and has been a super urbanist for so long. So I'm very grateful for Kay for lending so much support, always being an awesome person in the comments, and also being an awesome moderator too on Facebook and also on YouTube. Thank you so much, Kay. And ciao, David. David, it was retreating to beef Milanese. Yes, David, thank you so much for saying hello as well. It was awesome meeting you. It was awesome meeting you too, David. Hope all is well for the rest of the day. And oh yes, I'm jealous of that, says Susan. Ooh, the spanakopita. I'll be out in Greece from June 30th all the way to July 20th. July 19th. June 29th to July 19th. I'll be going live for a good portion of those days. It might be very early morning for many of you. So I'll do my best to do some night streams. It might not be doable in some places, like Athens. It might not be so doable. Maybe doable in the Plaka. Maybe doable from my terrace watching the Acropolis. So I'll do some night streams, but most of the daily live streams will be probably around 9 a.m. your time. 9 a.m. New York City time. It'll be about 3 p.m. my time. It'll also be pretty late. I gotta see if tourist places are open that time. And then I might try to do a live night stream and of course a bunch of day streams in Santorini. So I'll let you know the exact schedule as I get closer and figure out the time zone and everything, and when I should be going live. So stay tuned for daily live videos for a good portion of that trip, and you'll be joining me all along. Adonis Dude says, you're a good example for us. I can see you are someone who practices self-love and gives himself the best he can to himself. Yes, thank you so much, Anonymous Dude, for the 5 Canadian. Yeah, I definitely do. That is the highest priority for me, is to take care of oneself first, because if you fill your cup, you can overflow and spread it to others. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. See you tomorrow. I'll be back live around 1 p.m. and then Saturday, schedule live again at 1 p.m. One of those 2 days is my birthday, so stay tuned to find out when. And then on Sunday at 12 p.m. for many hours, I'll be live streaming a wedding. It won't be on Urbanist, it will be on Highly Varlet YouTube channel. The link is already up. Stay tuned on Sunday, Highly Varlet, if you want to see what a live stream wedding looks like. It'll mostly involve walking around. And they told me, they said, sure, tell your audience. They're more happy to do so because they're YouTubers as well. So everyone stay tuned for that. Keep being awesome and always keep on exploring. Have a good day, everyone. Ooh, perfect music for end credits. Have a good day, everyone.